When was the last time that you thought about the future? I mean, really thought about the future. Maybe the better question is, what does that even really mean? Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and anybody who ever wished they had a crystal ball. Of course, we all think about our future. But what picture comes to your mind when you think about future? Are you thinking about your retirement? Are you thinking about your vacation next summer? Maybe some in this room are just thinking about what time they have to get up in the morning to get out of here. See, future is something different to each and every person in this room. What you think of as future is different than your neighbor. Might even be different than your partner. How can one word mean something different to so many people? Let me muddy it up for you a little bit. Not only is future different from person to person, but future is something different to each of you at different times in your life. Consider, when you're 5 years old and you think about the future, that just means, what toy am I going to play with next? And when you're a teenager, though, thinking a little further ahead, thinking about the football game on Friday night, you might even be thinking as far ahead as homecoming in the fall. Now, when you get to your 20s, maybe in college, you're thinking about your classes for next semester. You're thinking about what companies you're going to apply for jobs with, what your career will be. When you get to your 30s, you start thinking, maybe I want to have a family. And you're certainly thinking about the future when you sign that 30-year mortgage. When you get to your 40s, though, something happens. Your future then transcends even more than you, because it includes your children's future. It changes. Now, in your 50s, though, it narrows back a little bit, because retirement is now only 15 years away. I better check my 401k investments. In your 60s, hopefully you're retired, and future begins to look like, what are we going to do with the grandkids when they come and visit for the weekend? Maybe, how am I going to pay all of my bills next month on my fixed income? Now, when you get to your most golden of years, future then could be, where am I going to play bingo this afternoon? So not only does it change from person to person, it changes according to where you are in your life. But your definition of future can also change according to circumstances or another person that you encounter. And that is exactly what happened to me. About a year and a half ago, I was having a conversation with my friend Paula. And she was talking to me about plans that she had. She wanted to go to school. But the time just wasn't right. The kids were too little. So she decided she'd wait. She wanted to buy a house, but the market wasn't quite right. She didn't have quite enough money for a proper down payment, so she decided to wait. She wanted to take those kids to Disneyland the summer before, but she was bucking for a promotion, and she didn't think it would be a good time to take off work. So she decided to wait. What is it that you have planned that you've decided to wait? And then she said to me the 7 little words that changed my definition of what future means. She said to me, I just thought I'd have more time. And the next day, Paula died. See, 6 months earlier, she'd been diagnosed with cancer. It was very aggressive, and she was losing her battle. So this conversation that we had really wasn't about the future at all. It was about regrets. It was about the things that she wasn't going to be able to do, that she had planned to do. not about her future, because the definition of future for her at that time was just moments. At 40 years old, her future was gone. And it gave me cause to inventory my list of things that I want to do in my life. Reprioritize those things and think about what I would regret if I didn't do those things. And then do them now. I decided that I was going to challenge my fears. My fear of heights. I rode a zip line across a crowd full of people, all of them pointing up at me saying, I wish I could do that. And I was doing it. I quit my day job to pursue my dream job. I called my mother that I hadn't spoken to in 5 years. Because I knew that I would regret if she didn't know that I still loved her, if I ran out of time. Because of those words that Paula said to me, I knew that in my last moments of life, I am not going to be lamenting those things that I regretted not having done. Not me. I'm going to be saying, I probably shouldn't have done that. But boy, am I glad I did. And do we have time to do it one more time? I would urge each of you, inventory your list. What would you regret not being able to have done in your life? And do that now. Because you see, every day is a dream. And every minute is a miracle. And every breath is life. And live that life now. Because you live now. So you won't have to say, I just thought I'd have more time.